I think we need to be clear that this strategy is nothing short than a scandalous failure. And what they are doing, what this government is doing, is sacrificing many ordinary people, all of our futures and our presents for profit. We are currently experiencing two crises. We're having this energy affordability crisis, where 2.5 million households with children were plunged into fuel poverty overnight. And we have this climate crisis, which the IPCC, the Intergovernmental Panel on Climate Change, said this week that it's their last warning to us that we have to tackle it. And yet we're seeing a strategy that is pushing for more oil and gas, that's pushing for the exact thing that's caused this crisis. And it's completely ridiculous for Boris Johnson to say that this is amending the mistakes of the past, when all this is doing is continuing those mistakes and making them even worse. And we should all be really, really angry about it. And we should all act to try and change this, because it is completely scandalous. I think it's just really disappointing that within this strategy, there was no inclusion of insulation, when a survey has recently shown that 80% of Brits want insulation to happen. They want their homes insulated. And that's something that is cheaper and easier to do. Retrofitting homes is something that we really, really need to do. And if we're not decreasing the demand, then all we're doing is wasting huge amounts of energy, and we're going to be using more fossil fuels than we need to, and even more other energy. We need to be being more efficient. And there are so many things that we could be able to do. And it's ridiculous for this government to make out that they can't do it, or they don't have enough money to do it, because these things aren't even that expensive to do, and they would have a real quick impact on so many people's lives today, and they would really impact this energy affordability crisis and the climate crisis together, and they should be pursuing them. And it is only because they are in the pockets of fossil fuel companies that they are not pursuing these, and we need to be very, very clear about that.
People might not like the idea of having wind farms in their backyard, if you like. If they don't, people are worried that agricultural land might be used to put wind farms on as well. Is there a concern about what the public might make of it?
I think that people are way more concerned about the fact that they have huge energy bills currently. And I think that people in general are way more concerned about the future that the climate crisis would bring to us, and the present that's already impacting people today. And so I think that we should be prioritising things that actually tackle the real crises people are facing. Like seeing a wind turbine close to your home is not a crisis, whereas not being able to pay your bills is one. Like seeing a wind turbine close to your home is not a crisis, but not being able to live safely in the future is really one. And I think that we have an opportunity to really tackle this crisis, and that requires us to pursue the kind of solutions that are already available to us. We were really lucky that the IPCC report this week actually gave us so many of these solutions, and we need to be following them, and not allowing this government to instead distract us and kind of insult our own intelligence by making us, by kind of using their greenwashing to trick us into thinking that they're actually tackling this crisis, when actually all that they're doing is pursuing more and more harmful practices instead.